Tyler Barnette will be on ESPN Plus calling the games with Lanny Fratteri. He joins us now for a preview. And Tyler, good evening. Thanks for your time.
Hey, Kyle, no problem.
Magical start to the season, and we shouldn't be surprised by anything considering what's gone on the last 2 years with this Mountaineer team going, winning a regional, going to a super regional in each of the last 2 years. But with this 20-5 start, 7-2 in conference play, chance to take over first place if they can beat UCF this weekend, what has surprised you? What part of this team is the most impressive, and what is the most surprising?
I think it's the versatility. Whenever you look at the offensive side, the defensive side, you've got guys that can move up and down the lineup. You've got guys that can move in different spots on the field. So that versatility lets you keep the best 9 guys in the lineup. People always say that. We want to get our best 9 hitters on the field, but in order to be able to do that, you need guys like Gavin Kelly, who can not only catch but play second base, and guys like Arnemani Guzman, who can not only play right field but can sub in at first base, and Brody Crutcher, who learns a brand new position at first base this year and is stellar at it. And then you've got Matthew Gravlin, who's been a career catcher, who's able to move out into left field. And not only is he a great left fielder, but he can steal home. So you've got guys that are just they can move into any position necessary in order to get the best 9 guys in the lineup. And here we are talking about the best part of the West Virginia team so far has been, the offense and the versatility, but you've got some of the best pitchers in the conference on this staff as well.
Yeah, speak to that a little bit, because there was a slight change in the weekend rotation last week, and I assume we'll see that again coming up this weekend against UCF, but with Max Yell kind of, I guess, moving up a spot in the rotation, 5-0 in 7 starts, 39 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts. I mean, his recovery is amazing. His impact on this staff has been amazing.
Well, he was a guy that was picked up to go play pro ball last year, but decided to stay here at West Virginia because he talked to Coach Saban, and Saban said, "What do you want your legacy to be? Do you want it to be a guy who had it but just didn't put it in here and went to the pros?" And he stuck around. He went through his rehab, and he was very deliberate in his rehab about how he pitched and how he rehabbed, and it's showing this year. One of the things we're going to see, 3 of the top 5 ERA guys potentially in this series. So Matt Salzer from UCF, Max Yale, and Camden Wicker of UCF. All 3 of those guys, top 3 in ERA. Salzer with a 6.4, Max Yale with a 1.38, and Wicker with a 2.78. Salzer did miss his last start due to a tight, I think they said back soreness. He's typically their Saturday guy, but Camden Wicker is their Sunday guy, and he's got a 2.78 ERA, number 3 in the conference. So, 3 guys there. UCF and West Virginia are a lot alike. They're teams that pride themselves on pitching, and then they're not going to be, we saw Arizona State with the long ball. These teams are just going to grind you out. They're going to single and double you to death, and we see a lot of that in UCF as well, and then in West Virginia. Now, pitching-wise, you're also going to see 5 of the top 10 pitchers in opposing batting average. Salzer first, Wicker second, Yale third, and then you go down to West Virginia starter, Chanson Cole in at 7th, and Dawson Montesa at 10th. So this entire series is really going to see 5, maybe 6 of the top 10 pitchers in the entire conference.
And UCF, West Virginia, we know they're for real because of what they've accomplished the last couple of years, but UCF, they've got home sweeps over Arizona, who went to the College World Series last year, Oklahoma State, and they won a series on the road against preseason favorite TCU. So they've won a huge series on the road already, which this is what it'll be starting tomorrow, and then they've been pretty much unbeatable at home with this 8-1 start in the league. So it sounds different that West Virginia and UCF are playing for first place in this league, but it's legitimate.
Yeah, and when you break down the records, UCF has gotten to play a lot of games at home. They're 15-3 at home, just 2-3 on the road. So this is their first real road test. When you look at West Virginia's schedule, going to Arizona State, not only, a historically dangerous team, but a team that really is the polar opposite of West Virginia, where West Virginia is going to play defense and then they're going to hit, where Arizona State relies on the long ball. And you have to do that in Tempe, so that makes it so much more difficult. But then, you get Central Florida or the UCF, a team like you, on your home turf. It makes it a little bit easier, and the fact that they're only 2-3 in away series, that makes it a little bit more favorable, toward West Virginia.
One more thing here, and again, we shouldn't be surprised with anything this staff does, but they go out, they pretty much rebuild the pitching staff. Again, get guys from the Division II level that come up and have an impact, and the hitters that they've brought in. We knew last year Gavin Kelly was going to be a superstar, and he's done that, hitting over .415. But bringing in Paul Schoenfeld, bringing in Matt Einich, bringing in Tyrus Hall, bringing in Gravlin, who you mentioned. I mean, it really is amazing how this staff goes out, identifies guys, and they're plug and play.
Yeah, it's really kind of crazy. It's just wherever they fit in the lineup. Okay, well, we have a hole in right field. We'll just put somebody out there because they're going to be okay at it.
Yeah, we'll coach them up. We'll coach them up, and they'll handle it.
Right, and what I think it was John Kruk who used to say is like, "No, lady, I'm not an athlete. I'm a baseball player." That's kind of the opposite of what Steve Sabins has here. He wants athletes, and he's going to put them wherever he can fit them. If guys are hitting, you've got a spot in the lineup, and it's not only one of the things like we've got the best 9 guys on the field at any point in time. If you need to make a substitution, they've got guys in the dugout who can play as well. So, the way they've been able to rebuild and reload, and not only just this year, but the way they did it last year too. It has really been incredible to see if you can get guys that fit your system and can do the things that you want them to do. If you can get everybody going in the same direction, the car can roll a whole lot faster.
Well, Mountaineer fans have responded to baseball the last few years. They took on the challenge of selling out 2 NCAA women's tournament basketball games, and I'm sure the place will be rocking this weekend. The game time, 6:30 on Friday, 4 o'clock on Saturday, and noon on Sunday. WVU and UCF for first place in the Big 12 baseball conference. It should be a lot of fun.
It should be, and this is one of those weekends that if West Virginia can get that crowd support to push them over the edge to either get a series win or a series sweep, that bodes well for the postseason. Right now, D1 baseball has WVU and it's a number 7 spot, which would not only mean that if they keep winning that they would host a regional, but if they win that regional, they could possibly host a super regional.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking about this West Virginia team and a super regional in Morgantown. If the fans can get behind it, I think that's something that could possibly happen.
Yeah, I saw that today too. West Virginia projected as the number 7 national seed right now. So, again, hosting a regional, if you win that, you host a super regional. That would be incredible, and, again, another first for this program. All right, Tyler, we'll be watching and listening this weekend. Enjoy it, and thanks for your time.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
Tyler Barnette there of Metro News and of ESPN Plus.